welcome to Evening Morning Guitars. It is the evening and I've got coffee in a Snoopy mug today to be keeping me company. Excuse me. So today's video is about a really cool pedal that I've only recently picked up, the Zvex Ooh Wah II. Now it's a kind of like a combination of a step sequencer and an auto wah pedal, and you may be familiar with other pedals they've done, like the Seek Trem and the original Seek Wah, which obviously this is based off. More recently they've done some much bigger units like the Super Seek Trem and Super Seek Wah, which have a 16-step sequencer in them and even more options and taps and MIDI control and all that sort of thing. This is a much more simple box by comparison. It sort of only really does one thing. And what we're going to do in this video, you've heard it in the intro in the context of a track, and it's been used in a very busy way. The speed's right the way up, and it was set to the 6 sequence mode, so it's hitting 6 steps, but it was actually in a random mode, which I'll show you in a minute, just to kind of create almost like a more kind of electronic music sounding effect to it. And what we'll do is we'll just step through lots of different modes of this, because it's not a pedal you can just use in a song without going away and thinking about it or writing a riff that fits it. That riff in the intro, for example, was written with the express intent of having the effect engaged on the high bend notes that are in the riff, and it definitely suits. It's definitely one of those pedals that you don't just hit on an impulse, you write the riff around it and then you engage it. But it is usable in a song and it is usable in riffs. So the eagle-eyed among you will also have noticed that we've got a Roland Space Echo here. Right now I'm using it as a preamp, and I will show you what effect that has. So with it basically not boosting the signal that's going to the audio interface here, then as I'm using it in the middle position, so anyway, that's why we're using it, and you know, other people have done that, like Nick Zinner from Yeah Yeah Yeahs and other, you know, plenty of other guitarists. I know the Echoplex is more commonly a effect that people associate with using as just a preamp, but other guitar players do it. Anyway, onto the Ooh Wah. So what we've done here is we've just moved it so that each pair of knobs are in completely opposite positions, down at about 7 o'clock and up at about 1 or 2 o'clock, and then we'll move them both to the absolute axiomatically opposed positions, and we'll see how that sounds as well. So now we've got it so that it's basically performing a full sweep across the range of the knobs. So anyway, that's the Zvex Ooh Wah II. As you can see, I mean, I haven't gone through every possible permutation of all the settings because that would take all night and probably all weekend as well. Like, it's a very, very deep and complicated pedal. There's a lot of things you can do with it, and you know, there's just no time to go into all of them now. But I hope you've seen like a small microcosm of the amount of options there are, and it, like, you know, I've said it just now, as I say it again, it is a tweaker's pedal. Like, messing around with the functions until you found something that works for you is the point of this pedal. And you know, the fantastic thing about it, let's turn that off. The fantastic thing about it, of course, is that even if you can't line the knobs up in quite a way that, you know, you get some kind of sweep effect or something that really kind of sparks something for you, you can always fall back on the random knob, which, you know, basically is creating kind of these filter-like sequences that are very sort of massive attack-like, you know, maybe around like mezzanine or something like that. And you could use this for guitar or bass, or even like a synthesizer, and get some really, really, really cool sounds out of it for that kind of music. And you know, although the speed, you know, it's it's not exactly like, you know, perfect. There's obviously no tap tempo. You know, with a bit of tweaking, you can dial it into pretty close to what you need, and you can get it on tracks. If I was going to use it in the studio, I would just have to spend a lot of time getting it, like, you know, spot on. But, you know, it's definitely usable even without a tap tempo. And the random feature does mean you can just let the pedal bring ideas to you. You know, if you're not quite finding you know, like a set of settings that is really working for you. So anyway, if you made it this far, thanks very much for watching, as always. If you like this, then do subscribe for more. If there's anything you would like to see, as always, leave a comment. And I will no doubt be using this in more videos, and there's already a riff video with some sounds from it on the channel elsewhere, which I'll put a link to. This has been Evening Morning Guitars. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.